This is Jason at SportsBoxBreaks.com coming to you live on 4/11/2025. I'm doing our 2025 Panini Prizm Baseball 4-box break number 3. Guys, tons of baseball on the site, including 2025 Topps. I'll be getting more breaks up on the site this weekend. This will ship out with my Stadium Club and big hit mixer that broke about 7-8 days ago. Okay, in and around there. I'll get all of this together. Waiting for one big clump here, and we'll get them all shipped out to you. Personal boxes available on the site. Hits in this break are going to be the autos and any numbered cards. So we're going to have a whole bunch of hits. All cards will ship. If you don't get a hit, you will get a pack of cards. All right, who's got who in the break? Now, Joe W. has a whole bunch of teams in this one, so you're going to hear his name a bunch. So Joe W. has the Diamondbacks and the Braves. Aaron F. has the Orioles. Adam B. has the Red Sox. Joe W. Cubs, White Sox, Reds, Guardians, Rockies, Tigers. Matthew F. with his Astros. Joe W. with the Royals. Alan K. picked up the Angels late. Joe W. with the Dodgers, Marlins, Brewers, Twins, and Mets. The Yankees is Aaron F. Joe W. has the Athletics. Mark C. with the Phillies. Robert P. has the Pirates. And then we have Joe W. With the Padres, Giants, Mariners, Cardinals, Rays, Rangers, Blue Jays. And the Washington Nationals is Aaron F. So Mark C. has last spot karma here with those Phillies. Let's see what we can get. Appreciate you guys filling it up. I'm just going to cut all 4 boxes here. 12 cards per pack. 12 packs per box, so 144 cards per box here. So what's that? 576 cards total? Something like that. Let's find a 101. We haven't found a 101 in Prizm yet. Right? I'll do my best, buddy. If I can do that, if you call your shot, that'd be even better. Guys, I also appreciate you picking up the gift cards, taking advantage of that. Keeps flow going. Getting 20% off essentially every single time. You buy a gift card, I load up the extra 20% right on there. $100, you get $120 to break. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a peek. All right. Let me find my focus here. There it is. How's that look? I think that looks good to you guys, right? We got George Brett starting it off. We got a blue coming early here. Oh, we got our first auto. Jose Rodriguez for the White Sox. How's that look to you guys? Does it look blurry or does it look good? I'm looking at both. It looks decent. The program I use on the camera, it looks a little blurry, but when I look over at YouTube, it looks pretty clear. So Jose Rodriguez, White Sox, that's Joe W. What I'm going to do, instead of stopping, we got a blue Johan Santana. That's number to 199, and that is Minnesota Johan. So the Twins, Joe W. So what I'll do is I'll sleeve everything up after the box is done. Stay in rhythm here. Again, everything's going to ship. There's a Luis Angel Acuna silver. That's not bad. I got a couple of his stuff. There's Brandon Sproat for the Mets. That's the $2.99. That's a red. The New York Mets is Joe W. There's a top tier Skinese rookie. All right. Keep going here. Hurston Waldrop. Kyle Manzardo for the Guardians. That's Joe W. That's a red. $2.99 on that one. Here comes another silver. Colt Emerson silver. Another red. A nice Kyle Harrison rookie auto for the Giants. Joe W. There's a fireworks of Drew Gilbert. I see a checkerboard Pulsar. There we go. Cedena Rafaela. That's the $4.99 for the Red Sox. That's Adam B getting that one. Adam B is a new breaker with us, so there you go, Adam. A little something to start it off. There's a prismatic rookie. Here comes another Speckle, Sparkle. Oh, a nice Jackson Churio. Joe W. Nice Churio rookie for you. To $4.99. All right, that's stack number 1. Still need 2 autos. Still should have 2 autos in here. Here comes another Pulsar. How about Orlando Cepeda for the Giants? Joe W. That Gilbert was a insert to 25. Let me go back and check for you. Let me go back and check, bud. It would be right on top. Let me see. It didn't look like it had. That's Jerstad, but I'm just looking while I'm there. Gilbert. Keating Bryce. Let me look, bud. Or not Logan Gilbert, the Drew Gilbert. You're right, 21 to 25. I didn't even see the background on it. It just looked like a normal, but it is that mosaic background. There it is. If I held it like this, it looked normal. You go like that. Look at that. You are correct, sir. 21 to 25 on the Drew Gilbert. Mojo background. All right, back to action over here. Guess I have to hold them at more of an angle. That's a Mickey Mantle silver. All right, Pedro color match red, $2.99. Red Sox. Adam, a little bit more for you. I love how everybody's jumping off of Dylan Cruz already. You know, 8 games, 10 games into the season. How about Nazin Zanatello? I loved him in the Ninja Turtles. Nazin Zanatello, blue signatures auto. That's Adam B, new breaker. Congrats, Adam. And that is numbered to 49 for you. The AA game got rained out. Who's AA for them? Trenton Thunder still? Brady House for the Nationals. That's to 99. That's a purple. That's Aaron F. All right, solid so far, guys. We got a whole bunch of sparkles coming. How about a red? How about a George Valera? Love his gas. Used to be called Texaco when I was growing up. To 99. Cleveland is Joe W. All right, we got Tay Pete for Seattle. That's Joe W. That's the $4.99. Let's see if we got anything else in here. Got another $4.99 coming out. There's Andrew Painter for you. It's a little something to start off, Mark, with your last spot karma. Andrew Painter. $4.99. Ooh, we got bonus auto. Seattle, Emerson Hancock. Emerson Hancock, Seattle, Joe W. It's a base auto. A little bonus auto in our box there. Joe Girardi, Yankees. That's just the red shimmer, not numbered. And that'll do it. So, not a bad start. Oh, Somerset Patriots. That's right. I'm sorry. I was in a time machine there, Tommy. Trenton Thunder. Whoa. All right. Let me sleeve these up real quick for you. Just so we can't say, hey, you know, these got ruined or whatever. All right. There's my autos. Giants really giving it to the Yankees early. I turned it off. It was 3-0, and Stroman was all over the place. All right, let me get these all sleeved up for you guys. All right. Blue. Guys, Bowman Chrome, I do have everything you see in the chat, plus the personals, I have on hand. Or in the chat. In the chat or on the screen. I have in hand. I was thinking I'm going to start doing it this way so that there isn't just sold out breaks, so that if people come in, we can get some maybe new customers, things like that. Well, we'll see. Still trying. All right, purple. Get all these in for you guys. And the Andrew Painter. All right. Get those done. Let me get my next batch out here. And we get our autos done here. Nice. What was the over in that one? Because you have Stroman versus Bobby Ray, right? Robbie Ray. All right. Let's go to the next box right here. See if we can keep the heat. How about another bonus auto? This stuff is getting harder and harder to find at a decent price. Guys, I already opened a mega box of the basketball today. Pretty good stuff. Nice Wemby in there. Second year card, but still a nice Wemby. Mega boxes are nice. I do have the big boy, the hobby, if anybody wants to take a shot at that. You're guaranteed the autos in the hobby. But slightly a little bit more. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you guys. Hold on one second here. Anybody else get just an absolutely large number of spam calls anymore? Let me do this real quick while I'm doing this. Nice, nice. Only 8. In that little tiny place. Well, the Giants really don't hit home runs either, so for Lee to hit a home run already, I think that was his first 2 of the year. I don't think he's got a crap load of doubles. And I've been sitting on my Helio cards, so I'm hoping he goes off by All-Star break. Cash those buddies in. I have 3 9.5s or better of his Bowman first. I think I have a gold shimmer, a blue shimmer, and maybe a Regular refractor? I can't remember. Ooh, plus 4. You know, that plus 480 is tempting, too. Here we go. I put a poll out there. I have a whole bunch of that Prizm basketball. I'm thinking about doing a random with it. Since there's no real big names, real, like, you know, everybody was chasing Wemby in 24, 25. They're solid names, just not the real big names. So I was thinking about putting them together and doing a random. But I don't want to put it up there and, you know, going Ryan Silver. So here we go. Blue, Colson Montgomery. 199. That is the White Sox. That's Joe W. Got another blue to 199. There's a Raleigh Fingers silver. Robert Hassel for Washington. Very nice. Aaron F. getting that one to 199. See, that fireworks card, this one, I just went like this coming off to make sure. It wasn't a mojo. All right, silver Nick Lofton rookie. Lazaro Montez to 199. So we're getting a whole bunch of blues here. Seattle is Joe W. The red shimmer of Max Muncy. And then our Pulsar Speckle Sparkle, whatever they're calling it in this one. Colorado, Adele, Chasing Pavements, Amador. Rockies, Joe W. getting that one. No autos yet. Here we go. Red Shimmer, Jay Buhner. Sparkle, Spackle, Sparkle. 80 and... Let's try it again. Aiden Miller, last spot karma there for Mark C. That's the $4.99. All right, Red Shimmer again. Arjun Namala. You got Yuri Perez for the Marlins. Joe W. getting that one. That's to $4.99. Chase Davis. All right, no autos on this side. 3 autos over here. Ooh, what's that? Is that an orange? Looks like an orange coming. All right, we got Brooks Lee for the Twins. Very nice. I gotta pull this camera down a little there. Brooks Lee for the Twins. Joe W. getting that one. Prospect Signatures, Brooks Lee. Very nice pull there. Braden Taylor, and then an orange shimmer of Harrison Ford from Star Wars. Unbelievable that he's a catcher at his age. 40 out of 49. Seattle. Joe W. Harry Ford. How about a red auto? Very nice here. Everson Pereira, rookie auto for the Yanks. That's Aaron F. Congrats, Aaron, on that one. It's a red to 99. We got a red shimmer of Moises Ballesteros. All right, we should have at least one more auto in here. And I think it's a redemption. And it is a redemption. And I'm going to have to look it up because I don't know. Sensational Signatures of Jeff McGarry. I'll fix the focus here so you guys can see it. Sorry, it's Griff. It looked like Jeff with my eyeballs. Griff McGarry. There it goes. Griff McGarry. Here we go. Griff McGarry. Philadelphia Phillies. There you go. Philadelphia Phillies, born in San Francisco. Find all the facts. All right, so I'm going to put Philadelphia on here. Philadelphia. I'm getting that one. Congrats there, Mark. Last spot karma paying off right in the box, too, there. There's a Drew Gilbert, $4.99. Now I got to go back to refocus here. Give me 1 second. Right there looks good. Drew Gilbert, $4.99. Got a lot of numbered cards in here. Jacob Misarowski from Milwaukee. That's Joe W. to $4.99. Can we get a bonus auto? All right, we got Blake Mitchell for Kansas City. The Royals is Joe W. Another $4.99er. I see green coming. I see green. How about a Lou Brock for the Cardinals? Joe W. St. Louis, Lou Brock. What are greens to? That's a green scope to 75. You can see the scope right there. So, green scope to 75. Very good box. Very good box for inserts on that one. Plus the nice, we got the redemption auto, but we got a nice red Everson Pereira auto. All right. So box 2, last spot karma already cleaning up. Let's get these here. Pereira in. Bowman Chrome down to 4. Panini Score down to 4. Gold Standard down to 4. Guys, whatever doesn't break tonight, I'll be back sometime next week. I'm going to guess Tuesday and then maybe again Friday. I don't know yet with the holiday. All right. Let's put these in on camera so you can just see that I'm doing that. Lot of numbered cards. Let's do it. All right. Brock. Does he really, Tommy? I wonder if that's a thing he just copied growing up. Come on. There you go. I also go live tomorrow night. I just have to see. There's an independent wrestling here. And Saban's been getting into wrestling, so I asked him if he wanted to go, but he's unsure since it's not the WWE guys, if he really wants to go. And I told him wrestling's wrestling. He didn't like that answer. All right, Philadelphia. There we go. Cool. All right, box number 3. Oh, here's another. Here, I'm going to start a new pool, too, since you baseball guys are out here. Because I didn't list it because I wasn't sure. Let me go here and end this one. there's another one. I kept hesitating whether to list some, get some, so might as well ask. To the people that are basic, you guys are mostly driving, you know it, so. Got another green coming. Hopefully it's our auto. But we definitely have another green coming in. It's right there. Alright, here we go. Captain Caveman kicking it off here. Straight red of Ethan Salas for San Diego. That's Joe W. getting that one. That's the $2.99. Roger Maris, silver, and then we got a Sean Sullivan. Sean Sullivan for Colorado to $4.99. That's Joe W. Jose de Paula. Red Shimmer of Joe Carter. Ryan Howard. Well, you're getting a little something and everything there, Mark, with that last spot karma. Ryan Howard to $4.99. Red Shimmer, Marcelo Mayer. So color match, not numbered. Jordan Westberg for Baltimore. Aaron F. getting that one. Jordan Westberg for Baltimore. That is the $4.99. Red Shimmer of Bob Feller for the Guardians. Milwaukee. How about another Jackson Cheerio? This time color match to $1.99 for Joe W. Cheerio to $1.99, Joe W. Ooh, we got another orange coming, guys. This is a sick amount of $4. How about this one for the Reds? Joe, you want a Ellie, but how about a Lou Piniella? How about a Lou Piniella? Auto. All right, got Aiden Miller again, Red Shimmer, and then we got the orange Ted Simmons for St. Louis. Joe W. To $49, I should say, not to $4.99. There's a prismatic Paul Skeens. All right, so we got our autos over here. Our other two. $4.99, Jose Perdomo for Atlanta. That's Joe W. Abner Uribe, I should say. How about Aaron Judge to $4.99? Aaron F. of the Yankees. All right, the green is in here. There's two greens, actually. One's a scope, definitely. There's Thomas Segis. How about a Buster Posey to $75? Giants, Joe W. Nice. Is he general manager of the Giants now? Junior Caminario. And then there's another green here, but it might just be the base shimmer. Bill Madlock. Is it a scope? No, it's a scope. Harmon Killebrew for the Twins. Joe W. Very nice. So, where's the rest of our autos, though? Ooh, I see gold now, I think. Or orange. This is loaded with color, this one. We got a purple coming, too, here. Yona Tong. Kendall George for the Dodgers. That's to 99, and the Dodgers is Joe W. I might have to go back through these, unless we're going to hit our autos right now. Whoo! Aaron F. Aaron F. They're not tricking me this time. They're not tricking me this time. Andre Dawson in an Expos uniform. Aaron F. in the Nationals. There we go. So that's one of our autos. Wow. 101, Andre Dawson. Legendary signatures, Aaron F. Congrats. That's crazy. Homer Bush Jr., huh? We're getting real old here. Francisco Valario again for... Who's Valario for? Is he the Mets or the Yankees? Let me see here. Just so I give it to... Call it the right one here. Oh. Yankees. Okay, so it's a Yankees card, and that is Aaron F. also. It's a 49. What a box, huh? I'm going to go back through the stack here to make sure they only gave us 2 autos, and I didn't get one stuck. So let me go back through the box here live on the camera so no one could say I'm like palming anything. Not that all 8 of you that know what type of breaking I do, but still. These do tend to stick. But a 101, 2 scopes, 2 oranges. I'm sure if I passed an auto that wasn't stuck, Joe would be jumping on me. But we did get that one box. These all came from the same place, so I'm assuming they came out of the same case. All right, nothing there. One more stack. So the 4 autos in one and the 3 in the other, or 2 in this one, might make up for. Yeah, there's no auto there. Okay. I mean, I'm going to sort them too, so if there is an auto, we'll find it. Aaron's probably out, Torpedo. Aaron's probably out there. He's usually out in the chat. Maybe not on a Friday, but he's usually out there, just not in the chat per se. All right, Sweet Lou there, the 101. Now let me sleeve these up for you guys. And we'll get on to box number 4. I mean, what a break. I might have to get more of this. Do you guys want me to get more of this? I know Joe does. Or are you tapped out on it, Joe? Jameswood Fireworks. Why am I putting that one in? Ah, I put these in the wrong spot. That's why. I was wondering why there were so many numbered cards. All right, Joey. Maybe I'll list another one tomorrow. Probably roughly the same price. I just got to see where it's at again. Because it all depends on where I can get it from. Sometimes it's in place 1, place 2. I think this came off a dealer on eBay. Because it was the best place I could find it. Okay. This one is going to go in here. There we go. All right. Here. Blue, red, and then our pulsar, speckle, 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 sparkle. Phone blowing up. It's a Friday. I'm 43 years old. I'm sleeping. All right, let's see what we got here. That red. Whoops. Putting all these in order here. Purple, green, green, oranges. Perfect. 101 in that box, huh? But the Expo, I understand it, but the Expo uniform is so nice. What's your baseball team named after? Well, it's like the World's Fair. Oh. All right, here we go. Last box. Can't we keep the fire coming? All right, there's the first half. All right, here we go. All right, legendary signatures. It's number 2. How about Mark McGwire for Oakland? Joe W. There you go. How about a Mark McGwire? And that is to 25. 2 of 25, McGwire. Red Shimmer. Cade Horton and Jacob Mizorowski. All right, we're getting our autos early. How about a Luis Matos for San Francisco? That's Joe W. That's not numbered. Mitch Jeb. Red Shimmer. Prismatic. Dylan Cruz. Tyler Gentry, auto. Did we get all 3 autos this early? Kansas City, Joe W. All right, Bryce Eldridge, San Francisco, Joe W, $4.99. Chase Davis, St. Louis, Joe W, $4.99. Yadier Silver, Olivia Pichardo, $4.99. No team designation. So that'll get placed onto a stack of somebody during sorting. Roger Clemens Silver for Boston. Adele Amador, Colorado Red. That's the $2.99. Ooh, here's another one of those to $25. How about a Pete Crow Armstrong for you, Joe? Another Fireworks to $25. What a bunch of 4 boxes this was. I gotta see if this guy has any more. Pete Crow Armstrong. Very nice. All right, let's see what's over here. Red Shimmer of Luis Tiant. How about a Tom Seaver for the Mets? New York Mets, Joe W. That's to $1.99. Red Shimmer of Ty Floyd. And then for the Reds, Sammy Staffura Blue to $1.99. Do we get a bonus auto in this one? Vladdy Guerrero, Senior for the Angels. Jacob Gonzalez, $1.99 blue. That's for the White Sox, Joe W. How about Trey Morgan, $4.99 Rays, Joe W. Prismatic Paul. Cleveland, Jim Thome. It's the $4.99. All right. And then how about Edgar? Seattle Joe, $4.99. All right. That's going to do it. Let's do these here. All right, let me get these encased up first. The autos here. Auto. I mean, the McGuire would have been a nice enough, 4-box break, big hit. And then we have the Dawson behind it. These are all done here. All right, let me encase these up live. All right, just make sure everything is up and encased on camera. Are done. red one is done. I have a Pete Crow Armstrong. There. What else are we going to do tonight, guys? Mark, I got your personal coming up next. Do you want me to pick out the box, or do you want to pick out the box? I've got 10 of them here out of a fresh case. So whatever you want me to do, I will do for you, buddy. All right, that'll do it, guys. More baseball on the site. Appreciate you filling it up.